We've got Football in Focus teed up indoors on Battleground Avenue. Thomas Orrell with us now, our Steak and Shake Defensive Player of the Week. And what do you love about being on the defensive side of the ball?
I mean, I think it's just great to fly around and be able to hit people. I mean, from my perspective, I don't like getting hit. So if I can lay that hit, it just feels great.
So you know where you're going. You know what you're after when you're out there on defense.
Oh, yeah, I got to.
You know what you're going after. Why is that Northwest defense so respected right now as a defensive unit? Why are you guys respected these days?
So from the beginning of summer, I think we came together as a defense. We were like, we're going to work together every snap of the ball, and we're going to be in one in unison. And, I mean, we trust everybody. Every single one of the players on defense trust one another. I mean, you got Ryan Debo, Andrew Dover, Corbin Shobe, some great players that came back from last year who really who are gelled and, like, had that last year experience, and now we're just bringing it up.
I know you mentioned Dover. You and he also both quite often lead the team in tackles, so you guys kind of working in tandem sometimes too, working together.
Yes, sir. Like if I don't get the tackle or D-line doesn't get past it, Dover's there, or if Dover's doesn't get it, I'm there. So it's
you
just
play on one side, he plays on the other, and you guys just cover the entire field together.
So
like that?
yeah, so we kind of run like a tempo balances where we're flowing towards the ball, and one person's kind of in front of it, and the person's ready for the cutback. So it's just we're gonna sandwich the guy no matter what.
Now Ryan Debo, I know he was active last week. I think he had like 11 tackles for you guys. How important has he been on that defense?
He has been a playmaker for us. I mean, he started since his sophomore year. He played his freshman year on varsity. I mean, he's not new to the varsity experience, but man, he gets after it. I mean, he's all over the field. If I'm not there, if they run outside, like if they get slightly outside of the linebackers, he's there. And I mean, his pass covering skills is phenomenal.
And the good thing about him, he also helps you guys on offense too.
Absolutely, he can take the ball. I mean, we run a heavy formation, and I'm at tight end because they just want me to go block somebody, and he follows me right in the middle, and we score almost every time.
Good stuff. After the Williams game, what did you guys do to regroup and it looks like it worked, but what were you guys doing at the Williams game to get back together again on defense?
Of course, Williams was a very tough loss for us. I think defense, you can blame defense all night on that because, offense put up, 38 points or 34?
39 points.
Yeah,
I think it was 39-34.
Yeah, we put 30.
You guys, yeah.
We of course knew that was on us. I mean, we had to regroup ourselves, really go back and say, offense is doing their jobs. Why aren't we doing ours? And so the whole new approach for the week when we played North Davidson was we're going to play and do our jobs. And I think a lot of people were focused on trying to make that big play and not doing their jobs. And
you knew they had a guy named, I think his name was Dan Mahan, the quarterback, who was going to be a guy who you had to be aware of. And he was just tough that game and had a successful game against you.
Yeah, he was a dog. He was an absolute unit.
Dan Mahan. He was also a baseball player, remember, for last year from their baseball team. Any friends at other schools other than Northwest Guilford, football players at other schools that you kind of keep up with? Got any connections to the other schools, football players?
So it's kind of hard because I moved here last year, so I don't really.
You've been here 1 year now?
Yes, sir.
Wow,
I moved here.
Your name in my mind is ingrained like you've been here 20 years.
Yes, sir. Well, I moved here in July of 2022, and it's hard to know a lot of football players outside of your school because you're still trying to adapt to living in North Carolina, and I moved from Georgia, so it's
moved up.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So I of course the big names like Terrell Anderson and
Alex
Taylor and Mitchell Summers.
Summers. You better know Summers' name. Summers' number is 22, isn't it?
Yes.
22. You got to memorize these guys' numbers because you play them. You got it. You're tackling Summers, but you're also tackling that number.
Oh yeah, he's a beast. They're a beast.
A lot of challenges out there.
Yes, sir.
Got a favorite college football player?
That's hard. That's really hard. I'm not gonna lie though. Cedric Gray from UNC. He played phenomenal against South Carolina, and I've always kept up with UNC. And everyone's like, "You're just a UNC fan because you moved to North Carolina." No, I've always.
So you're living in Georgia.
I've always loved UNC. So, Cedric Gray. Sam Howell. I loved him at Carolina, but I feel like he's starting to decline in the NFL. And he's getting his first opportunity this Sunday, so it's exciting.
Yeah. See what he does. Got a favorite pro football player?
Favorite pro football player? Is it like active or retired?
I'd say active.
Okay, active. Mm-hmm. Bobby Wagner is who I want to style my play after because he's physical, he's fast.
Seahawks still?
Yes. He went to the Rams last year, now he's back on the Seahawks, but he flies around. I mean, he gets after it. And
since you love football, who's your favorite retired player then?
Favorite retired player? I know this sounds cheesy, but Troy Polamalu. I mean, wow. he was an absolute maniac on the field.
It's all about the hair, right?
Yeah, the hair. Gotta have it.
Interesting stuff. What makes the support community surrounding Thomas Orrell so tight? Because you got a tight community surrounding you. Because I saw the response to you were up for the Player of the Week. A lot of people responded, voted for you. What makes that community around you so tight and so unified, supporting you?
I mean, this sounds crazy, but some of the people that commented me and sent in emails, I had no idea who they were, and that frustrates me because I want to get to know these people because I mean they have my back. I want to know them, and I mean it's incredible. It feels great that people who you don't really know are voting for you. I mean it's like wow.
And you got good support from the family and friends too.
Of course.
Very tight.
Yeah,
Mom and dad.
my
whole
mom and
family.
dad.
What brought you guys to North Carolina? Was it a family career change move or something?
Yeah, so my grandfather passed away in 2020, and we've always wanted to come back up here because we've been military, so we've been moving all around. So I've lived
military,
in
yeah.
6 different places. Wow. So my dad finally retired. He was like, I don't know if I want to stay here. So we thought we were going to finish high school in Georgia, but then my mom got a job opportunity up here, and we were like, it's the perfect time. So we made the
branch
move.
of the military was your dad in?
He was in the Air Force.
In the Air
He was
Force.
a jet engine mechanic. He started off as a jet engine
Wow,
mechanic.
he was
and
doing some hard work then.
oh yeah, he was overseas during Desert Storm and everything. I mean,
I'm sure the local airlines would not mind. They'd like to pick him up to help out.
yeah,
something at the airport.
he is something else, but he loves taking
So you guys
photos
didn't
for
go
our
like
team.
Fort Bragg, Fort Benning, and places like that?
I think he went to Fort Bragg for a little bit actually, but yeah, he takes photos for our team now, and he's awesome.
Well, I bet he's loving that.
He
then.
loves it. He loves it. That's like what he does now. He does all the photos. He's just an awesome guy.
And been here now about a year and a half. Mm-hmm. Wow. And you lived here before? You say your
No, I've never lived here before.
family been here
Yes,
before?
so all my family grew up in Greensboro. My dad and my mom met in high school at Ben L. Smith.
Wow.
So-
Interesting. And they
Yes,
left,
sir.
and now they've come back.
Yes, sir.
Wow, good stuff. On the Deion Sanders topic this week, is he the biggest name in all of football right now?
Oh, absolutely. That guy, I mean, I love the way he talks to his players, how he coaches, and I mean, obviously, you saw it in the TCU game. This is
And it's
incredible.
real. Yeah.
It's incredible.
Real stuff. Coming up, Colorado, Nebraska. Who do you take on Saturday?
Oh, Colorado.
Yeah.
100%. I'll be watching that game.
I think a lot of people will. I think there's gonna be a large audience checking out that game. What that game that Tanner mentioned, NC State and Notre Dame.
Oh, that's going to be a fantastic game.
Man, that's big. Coach Dave Doran loves those big games. Feels like State does not get the credit they deserve, the respect they deserve. And he's probably thinking Notre Dame's going to come in there Raleigh favored,
Yeah.
maybe 10 points or something crazy. Maybe 10 is probably fair. 14 might be a little stretch, but I'm sure Notre Dame's coming in favored with State, so we don't get any respect.
Yeah,
Boy, NC State needs to beat Notre
State's
Dame.
culture is absolutely
Got a heck of
insane.
a fan base.
Oh, yeah.
57,000 strong.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. So where do you go to college at?
I haven't gone to college
Yeah,
yet.
where are you going to go?
It's hard to say. I took a visit to Bridgewater College last weekend,
Eagles.
and that was very great. I mean, I loved Coach Perkey and Coach Lim. They were fantastic. And of course, I've been talking to Randolph Macon and Greensboro and some other schools. And
Spreading around the ODAC right now.
yeah, ODAC is like that's where I've been talking to, and like Tanner, he got the offer from Hampton Sydney, and now I'm talking to them. So. It's working great. No offers yet, but we're working there.
Bridgewater's not bad.
No, it's a great school.
When you drive through there, I remember driving through there years ago as a kid or younger fella anyway. You drive right past James Madison, you see that big James
it's
Madison
beautiful.
turf field. You think, man, here we are, but we make a left-hand turn, go to
Yeah.
Bridgewater, and hit Bridgewater instead.
Yeah.
You say you're taking Colorado in that game against Nebraska, so taking the Buffaloes. What about, as we close this out, talk to the other guys about this some too, what about Matt Rule's job at Nebraska? If he loses there, he's 0-2. Is his job safe? Because with the Panthers, he did not have success.
Yeah.
And then he had success at Baylor, had success at Temple, places like that. But Nebraska's just a whole, as you guys use that term these days, Nebraska's just a whole different dog.
Yeah. I mean, it's all about how, like, you could tell Nebraska, second half, they were low-key, they were defeated. I mean, they came out and, like, I think, what was it, interception, and the defense was all mad. So if he can get his team to, like, act better, if that makes sense, in, like, a way where they lift each other up after bad plays and other stuff like that, then I think he won't have his job gone if they lose. But if they give the same attitude they gave last week, then I don't know. It'll be tough.
Thomas Orrell. Thomas loves football. When you're in your spare time is probably football also.
Yeah. When it comes to playing video games, it's Madden. When it comes to, like, doing anything else, I'm working out or I'm doing college work. And it's been fun
You
this
ever get to go out in the
couple weeks.
backyard or go to Northwest, over to the side, and they throw you a football, you get to catch some. You playing the tight end, you get to catch some probably.
Yeah, so we actually have a couple of plays where I do get to get a pass, and that's always great. And I mean, when you're catching a ball from one of the best quarterbacks in the state, I mean, you can't complain. But
Your probability of catching that ball is pretty good when he sends it to you.
yeah, I mean, he puts it right on the money, of course, and no one thinks I can catch, but against North Davidson, I had 2 receptions on the defensive side.
On the defensive side, yeah, that's what gets you way over the record. Yeah, you caught 2. They threw you 2 nice ones, didn't they?
Yeah, yes, sir.
How far did you take them back?
So the first one, I tipped up in the air, and I brought it down with one arm and caught it and, like, turned my body in the air. And the second one, I think I returned it for 12 or 11 yards.
The first you caught it, since you caught it, you just going to the ground pretty
Yeah,
much.
but I had no idea what to do when I caught the second one because I was like, oh, my gosh, I just caught a ball. I've never done that in a game.
Standing there
and I was
ready
just
to run.
like, take off. But, yeah.
Thomas, let's let you take off. Great job
Thank
tonight.
you so much.
Thanks for having me. And, Goy, keep working with the weights and staying
Yes, sir.
strong and keep
Yes,
ready
sir.
for that ODAC or maybe for a larger level.
It would be awesome.
Go to the ODAC, do well there, and then the transfer portal's open.
It's always there.
It's always there.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Excellent job. Thomas Orrell, Tanner Ballou, and we are through at the Teed Up Indoors on Battleground for a Thursday night football in focus. Jason McMasters came out tonight to cheer the guys on, give us some great sign language, great signals. He called the signals. He was calling the signals. Jason did a great job on that. Don Moore did a super job on the production and also working the show up. And thanks to all the guests that came in. See you soon on Football in Focus and at GreensboroSports.com.